Hi guys, and today we have a very exciting event. It's a book review, woo! And as you all have inferred from the title, because it's kind of obvious, it is a review of Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I always want to call her Stephanie Meyer, and then I'm just like, no, Savannah, this is not Twilight. Can we just talk about this? I didn't really like this cover at first, but like the spine is really cool. And when you take the cover off, it has a little shoe. It's the same way with Scarlet, but there's a different symbol, and I don't remember what it is. But anyways, as you can probably infer, this is a fairy tale retelling of Cinderella, and really there's not a lot of similarities. The main character, Cinder, who is Cinderella, is a cyborg. And this was really hard to picture in my mind. Like, for some reason, I could never picture what Cinder actually looked like and which parts were mechanical and which were human. I didn't know if half of her face was metal, and I was really confused, and it didn't really explain much. I was just kind of like, Cinder, what do you even look like? But whatever. It's about Cinder, who lives on Earth, but it's a very, very futuristic Earth. And of course there's a prince, Prince Kai, and she's got an evil stepmommy, and only one evil stepsister though. One of the stepsisters are actually nice. And she's a mechanic, and Prince Kai comes to her for mechanical help, and madness ensues. There's a strained relationship with people called the Lunars, who live on the moon, who are led by Queen Levana. And I gotta tell you, the whole time I was reading this, I was picturing Queen Levana as Princess Luna, or Luna from My Little Pony, which, if you've ever watched My Little Pony, or if you've ever seen like pictures from My Little Pony, you've probably seen Princess Luna. And so all this time, it was so ridiculous reading it because anytime she did something, I pictured her as a pony. And anyways, I was afraid I wasn't gonna like this. I mean, I went into it with pretty low expectations. I was afraid I wouldn't like it because I am so sick of Cinderella, but really there are only a few aspects that are even similar to Cinderella. So, I mean, it wasn't that bad. The parts that weren't Cinderella were more interesting, but at the same time, it didn't really feel exactly like Cinderella, so I didn't really have that much of a problem with it. Overall, I gave it a 4 out of 5 just because sometimes they didn't really explain the setting really well. I assumed that New Beijing was like China and Japan, but they never really specified, and then they started bringing up, you know, European stuff and Canada, and I'm like, how is your world even set up? Like, I need like a map of this. For example, they need to follow Shadow and Bone's steps, because Shadow and Bone has this handy dandy map of Ravka in here. So it's very helpful to picture the world when you see this map. But there is nothing like that in Cinder. So do I know what New Beijing looks like? No. Do I know what the freaking Earth looks like? No. But I need visuals to picture this. So it's very hard for me to picture what Cinder's world looks like because there's really no visual representations. And another thing, it was pretty predictable, and I'm really bad at predicting things. Like, I swear to you, someone could read a book and automatically know what's going to happen, and I probably have absolutely no idea. I'm probably going, la la la, I wonder what's going to happen. Oh my god, I can't believe that just happened, when everyone saw it coming from like 100 pages ago. But with this one, it was pretty predictable. It was pretty good, but I did have minor problems with it. And if you like fairy tale retelling plus a little bit of fantasy and stuff, you would probably like this. So if you have not read Cinder, you should probably leave now. Okay, spoilery people. Hi! So let's start with the characters. liked Cinder, but at the same time, I felt like there could have been more character development, you know, more growth to be made. The same with Prince Kai. He didn't really, you know, evolve. I mean, at least Cinder had some bit of evolution, but Prince Kai just kind of was like Prince Kai. He was just kind of like the prince, and Cinderella just didn't really have a personality. I mean, he did, but it wasn't like, oh my god, there are so many different things that are unique about you. It was just kind of like, I'm a nice guy and I don't want to marry Queen Lavanna. Said the setup was confusing. I didn't really understand what the Lunars were like. I was imagining them as an army of ponies, so that's pretty awkward. I saw it coming from a mile away that she was Princess Celine, especially when they brought up the hover accident. I was like, okay, that sounds really suspicious. Yep, she was in that fire. Got it, solved the mystery. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to picture Cinder and these residents of New Beijing as Asian, because it's never specified if they live in Asia or if they are of Asian descent, and I'm just like, I don't know where all of this is. I don't know who you are. This doesn't make any sense. I'm suspecting Prince Kai and Cinder to run away together at the end, so I was kind of confused, but it wasn't great. It could have been better. Like it. And to anyone who is now picturing Queen Lavanna as Princess Luna, you're welcome. So, that is it for today. This is Savannah, signing off.